Hello, beloved. Welcome to another episode of Life Lessons and Advice from Real Life Relationship Stories. And if you do love our stories and advice, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell and leave your comment in the comment section. Okay, this is a follow-up to part 1. In part 1 of this video, I shared the story of James and Brenda and the challenges they are having in their relationship. Please refer to the description of this video for a link to the first part of the story if you haven't already watched it. Okay, here are the lessons and advice I have for you from this story. Number 1, Brenda, I absolutely love the fact that you adore James and consider him to be your best friend. You claim that he's the only person you can spend your time with repeatedly. You really like going places, chatting with him, and spending time together. This is really commendable. These qualities are uncommon among couples today. So Brenda, keep it going. Number 2, another thing you mentioned about your relationship is that you tend to focus on your husband's apparent flaws than his strength. First of all, I want you to understand that every man and woman in the world has both strengths and weaknesses. Couples who have long-lasting, enjoyable relationships have learned to focus on their partner's strength rather than their flaws. They have mastered the act of maximizing their partner's strength and minimizing their weaknesses. Therefore, shift your focus by continually appreciating the positive traits he possesses. You stated that you had some resentment towards him because of his interest, such as the fact that he's the reason you are currently without a book conversation partner. I will say that it is unrealistic to expect one person, in this case your husband, to meet all your needs. It is for this reason that we have both romantic and platonic relationships. If you have other people to talk about books with, you won't expect that from him, and you won't resent him for doing what he enjoys. You might only require a few more friends, and having a place where you can share your passion for reading will help revive your relationship. Number 3, although you believe sex shouldn't be a priority in marriage, I believe the main problem you raise in this story is that you and your husband lack sexual intimacy, and that this is having impact on you. You said you frequently overthink your sexual life or lack thereof in the past. I believe you are contradicting yourself when you said, and I quote, "Honestly, it is not a huge issue. We both have simply lost interest in it over time. But I often find myself wondering why I don't create sex with him, what I'm missing that other couples seem to have." Unquote. The question I have for you, Brenda, is, why are you worried about what other couples who enjoy sexual intimacy in their marriages have that you don't seem to have, if you truly believe that sexual intimacy is not a big deal in marriage? In your update, you stated that sex is clearly not a priority for you and your husband. Even though you want more sex, you both want to accept that you and your partner have low libido. It is obvious that you require assistance to enhance your sexual life. Okay, I have 2 recommendations concerning your sex legs, or rather low libido sex marriage. Recommendation number 1, make sex a priority. I would encourage you to stop dismissing your sex life as a minor issue. When you do this, you eliminate any opportunities for self-reflection and discussion with him. So think about it. Do you really think it is not a big deal? I'm pretty sure it is. In fact, this is essentially the same problem in different containers. If you think about how you feel, you can't fully share yourself with him through reading. You miss the intimacy of the relationship and the sharing of yourself more than the sex. Because of this, I think it's crucial that you don't ignore these minor issues. Therefore, I believe this is crucial that you don't overlook these minor issues and concentrate on the good. These minor issues are small red flags. If you dive into them together, address them, and renew that sharing and bond, you will only strengthen your love and relationship. You need to understand that an ongoing sexual life in a long-term relationship is a lot of work. You make that time, find ways to keep your intimacy fresh and interesting. It is easy to feel tired or uninterested. And yes, after years of staring at the same person, you may not be as instantly turned on as when you first met and were having a lot more sex, because it has become a more commonplace, routine, or should I say boring. Let me share the story of how Sandra and her husband improved their sex life after 8 years of marriage. Here's what she said.
I've always had a high libido, but my husband never did. Or at least, I didn't think he did. He's the most amazing man I've ever met. So, even early in our relationship, I made the conscious decision that infrequent sex was a trade-off. I was willing to be with this amazing man. But after 2 kids, we never had sex. From September 2018, when I got pregnant with the second, until August 2021, I think we had sex twice. I was just so tired all the time from being a stay-at-home mom. 2 under 2. 1 kid who never slept unless it was with me, and then kicked all night long. I couldn't muster an ounce of energy for crabby sex. We stopped snuggling on the couch. Didn't sleep in the same bed because I was always in bed with a kid. Never had alone time. If I had told him how I liked being touched, he would forget by the next time we had sex. So I stopped saying anything at all. And I thought, well, this is fine. I don't even really care about sex anymore anyway. Even when he tried to tell me he needed more affection, I just thought, well, but I'm so tired all the time. Then in August, it felt like my world fell apart. Long story short, I found out my husband was still drinking after he told me he quit the year before. Was lying about it. Lying about money to hide his addiction. Looking and commenting on porn. It was the worst time of my life. The worst thing I've ever been through. But I still love him, so we started talking about everything and anything. I finally told him after 8 years that I wasn't happy with our sex life. He wasn't very good. He was only focused on his own orgasm. He just flustered easily and would lose his erection and then just stop, even though he could have turned his focus on me. He had no idea I was so unhappy, and he took the criticism really well. I had been so worried I would hurt him by being honest, but nothing changes if you don't speak up. Since then, we've been having sex like crazy, and really good sex. He's trying so hard to please me, listening to what I would like and remembering. He's almost 3 months sober. I started ordering good nightwears. We make a concerted effort to get the kids to bed by 8 in their own beds. And then most nights we snuggled on the couch, talk or watch a show together, and usually have sex. Turns out his libido is just as high as mine ever was. And I do care about sex.
Okay, now that we've listened to the story, let me say that sex is a gift from God to every married couple. It is intended to be enjoyed by both partners. I'm going to make a second recommendation. And it applies to all couples who are not experiencing sexual intimacy in their marriages. Not just Brenda and James, who initiated our discussion of this subject today. Recommendation number 2. Make sure you watch my next video. I'll be leaving the link in the description. This video is so detailed and will show you exactly how to diagnose the problem of low sex or no sex in your marriage. It also offers practical solutions that will help you rekindle the fire of your lost sexual passion and intimacy with your spouse. Okay, for the sake of space and time, we have come to the end of today's episode. Now, what do you think about the lessons and advice from today's story. Please share in the comment section. If you'd like to see more of my videos, please subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you'll be notified each time I upload a new video. Thanks and God bless you. See you in my next video.